All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're on to Morning Ride. And yes, you haven't missed much because we're just about really starting the show with our guests our guests who are already seated here with us. What are we talking about today? We told you earlier that we are going to be having a conversation with a teen who, has done wonderfully well for himself and has represented Nigeria, in a particular sport that is not too common. It's gradually gaining attention. How well can I describe this sport? Okay, let me describe it this way. I'm sure probably when you're going on highway, you see some young men who, are always on the road skating, hanging on to a fast-moving vehicle. That's the sport we're talking about today. It's not much common here in Nigeria, but it's gradually gaining attention. But one interesting thing is that about that sport is that I don't know what the young ones have found interesting in this sport because they have embraced it. They are the one behind it, and that's what we are about to talk about today. And we have a young person with us here, 18, who, is a skater, if you like, and has won several medals in this special sport. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with us Samuel Franklyn Igangan. But before we unveil him, let's see his picture frame. Wow, you're looking at those, that profile picture, frame, and what he has done. You'll be looking at probably this guy must be, a big man, an old person. As you have seen, he's a young person, 18. In fact, his age is 18 years old. Let me put it that way, in a way that you understand. Please join us to welcome to the studios of Morning Ride this morning, Samuel Franklyn Igangan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
All right. Just before, let me just quickly also introduce his coach is also here. Someone who has been, of course, training him to have won so many awards. Let's also recognize Kingsley Kedron, the coach of Samuel.
Samuel. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Let's start this way. Samuel, behind this, you just told us so far you are 18 years. I need to keep emphasizing this because I'm wondering. So far, you have won 40 medals. You said.
Yeah.
And recently, you've just won 9.
Yep.
Well, why I'm wondering?
I'm wondering.
By the time this guy is 30, I don't know how many.
I really don't know. Maybe we should start with at what age did you actually start?
And how did all this start for you?
Okay, I started skating at the age of 6.
Really?
6?
Yep.
Wow.
So, since when I was little, I never had the idea of skating. My dad was the one who brought it to me.
Okay.
He used to travel outside the country, so he bought a shoe that had tires under them, one tire. So at the stadium, me and my senior brother, we do go there to play with our shoes. Ooh. We run. Then I met my coach.
At the
who
stadium?
I never knew would be my coach. Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
him and his son were skating, and I chased after him. I told him, "Sir, please, I want to know how to do this because mine is different, and I see it looks similar." So I told him that I want to learn, and he said, "Okay, is your dad in the stadium?" I told him yes. Then I forced him. Then we went to my dad's training ground. I told my dad, "Dad, this is what I want to learn. I love the sport and I wanted to learn it." I saw that I had the grave to pursue this, the interest to pursue the sport. And he has been teaching me since when I was 6.
Obviously, he has taught you well.
Yes.
With all this said, that we.
And when did you start going into competitions? When did you start doing it professionally?
From 8.
From 8. Okay.
8 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
This guy is just something else. Now I'm more interested in with the number of medals you have here. You have gold, you have silver, you have bronze. Yeah, some of them you won within the country here.
Yeah.
But interestingly, you have gone outside the shores of Nigeria to win some of these, particularly in Africa. Tell us a bit about that. And of course, have you gone outside Africa to represent Nigeria?
No.
No. Okay, tell us about the little experience you have around, African continent.
Okay. The sports is a very complex sport. But those boys who you see holding buses, they don't know what the sport is. That's why. But as a skater, I know I have a goal. I have something to achieve. So I put my mind in speed skating because it's one of the hardest sports. It's just like a footballer, and you have a dream to play football in the Nigerian team. So you pursue your goal. So that's how I pursue skating. Well, we youth out there, we don't know that skating is a very good sport because you have not been outside. But outside, we look at people who skate and world champions. We look at them as our role model. So I want to be someone's role model. So I work towards the game. So since when I started traveling to Benin to compete, the first time I went, I won the silver medal.
Okay.
Second time I went to Togo, I won the bronze.
Okay.
Ooh.
So Benin is a very tough. They have a very tough team there. So I trained hard. I told myself that this year, if I'm going to win a lot of medals because as a boy I always look up to and I want to beat this boy. So I went there. We're only 3 out of a lot of countries, African countries that came, and I brought back 9 medals for myself and for the country.
For the country. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well
Beautiful.
done.
Beautiful.
This, let me ask you, you started this professionally at the age of 8 years old. How have you been able to combine this with education?
Okay, because let me just say, because I skate, that does not mean I can't be educated. If I join my skating and my education together, I can work in companies like Rollerblade, Power Slide. These are companies who sell skates, and without being educated or going to university, you can't work with them.
Okay, let me say it this way: your trainings, your competitions, your travelings, and everything are of course it would have interfered with your academical schedules. I haven't been able to juggle around it rather.
Okay, so on a normal day, I'm supposed to be having exams with other students. So if I'm about to travel, I'll have my exam earlier. Only me will write my exam.
Oh, the school does that for
Yeah.
you. Oh,
So I
that's
write
good.
my exams, then I travel.
Well, that's expected.
That's-
He is a role model.
Yes, and it's so interesting.
Let's take up the coach, Kedron, right?
Yeah.
Kingsley Kedron.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking at so many things there. Aside the medal we're seeing on the table, when you see them kit up, you see there's helmet. There's the shoe itself, the skating shoe. Tell us about the skills that are required to be a good skater.
Yeah, thank you very much. Skating is an extreme sport, and it requires all these guards, helmets, knee guard, palm guard, and the skate itself.
Sure. So I think you have some
Yeah,
things there.
this is, for example, this is the skates. This is one you wear on your leg. And this is the helmet, the one you put on the head, because you know head is more better to protect because it's very, very delicate and fragile. So anybody skating must put on a helmet.
Okay, can I get Okada helmet too? If I
No,
want
no,
to?
no, they are quite different.
Oh, different. Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
they are different. A different helmet to use. And when you look at it, if cycling, you can use same of cycling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cycling helmet, you can also use it.
Okay,
But-
okay, go on, go on.
But in skating, Alex, there are also a kind of branded helmet they also need to use,
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you. Speed skating is not a very popular sport in Nigeria, but it has been somewhere there over the time. Now, what are the things? Why hasn't it gained the popularity? Just like we have other sports like football, basketball, all other sports. Why hasn't it gained popularity? And someone like Samuel here is doing great things, and it's not well known in Nigeria. So why, or what are the things that should be done, do you think should be done, so that this sport can gain enough popularity?
Madam, thank you very much. Skating is new in the country, and there's somebody I always have to thank very well. This man has done a lot for the sport, which is Comrade Joseph Evan, who is the president of Roller Sport Federation of Nigeria. A man that brought his resources and built a foundation for the sport, even when the sports never had any name. And a lot of documents have been sent to the Ministry of Youth and Sport, and they don't listen. I see Nigeria, because if you look at this young boy here, this is a dream. You understand? And I want to tell you that if not for Comrade Joseph Ever, we can't gain access to Benin. We can't go competition. We can only be rolling in Nigeria. This man brought a lot of people from different states. It's not only in Lagos that he skates. He skates all over Nigerians. And when this man came on board, he was the one bringing people from east, west, north and south, paying their transportation, coming, put them in a hotel.
So what do you think should be done, other than, this is an individual, giving his own quota now. What do you think should be done more?
Maybe as a country, at least
Yeah,
he is
what-
representing
yeah.
the country.
Well, what I think that should be done is that, Alex, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the government should look into this sport, because already is taking youth out of the streets. And when you go to stadium, you see a lot of kids. They love skating. And if the government can channel their attention to that sport, not only football, people like this will make Nigeria great.
Coach, you just have to quickly address it because we are pressed for time now.
Right.
Now, I just mentioned that how we get to know about this. I mean, before now, but recently, I used to think this skating is for recreation, fun. And the truth is that I enjoy it when I see young people doing it. I mean, it's fun for me too. But whenever I see them on the road, on highway, hanging to a fast-moving vehicle, sometimes my heart jumps into my mouth. I get fearful. Isn't that dangerous? Talk to some of these young ones.
We have, like I said, since the foundation came on board, we've raised a flyer through the president of the federation to give to the public, and we've gone to TV stations to announce that holding onto vehicle while skating is wrong and it's very, very dangerous. If you look at this boy, from what he has said, that holding onto vehicle, that person does not know what he wants from his sport. You should be able to look at the goals that you want to achieve.
All right.
That is why he himself does not do that. So we have given this warning to the public, and we are also using this opportunity to beg the public too, that sees anybody that skates that hang on to their vehicle, they should please park, stop, and tell the person to leave their vehicle. And if all these people start doing this, at least we can have lots of them. Some of them look at it as a means of transport, which is not like that. I always tell them.
All right, you always tell them. Fine. Let's quickly come back to Samuel. Samuel, okay, let's see some of this. Tell us a few things about them. Where did you win this? Where did you win that quickly?
Okay, this medal.
I can see Cotonou on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this These are the medals I won this year.
Okay,
Oh, these are the one you won this year.
Yeah,
this
just
year.
Okay, at Cotonou.
Yeah.
Okay.
wow.
That's
Is it in one particular competition?
Yeah.
wow. You are the only one that represent Nigeria there.
No, we're 3.
And others, what are they win?
Bronze and silver. I was the only person who won a gold medal for
gold
Nigeria.
Oh, you won a gold. How many golds?
2.
2.
Wow.
So, where do you see yourself in some years to come?
I see myself in a better place. My dreams coming to pass, and I'll have sponsors. I hope I'll have sponsors.
You sure? It's an Olympic sport, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I pray someday that we see him representing Nigeria at the Olympics. All right. Okay, that's been the size of our conversation with Samuel Igangan, an athlete who does sports skating and has done fantastically well for himself, and of course represented Nigeria, across Africa, winning medals. Okay, so I want to thank you, Samuel, for your time with us. Thank you so much, and of course, Coach Kedron, thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you, sir. It's my pleasure.
Okay, let's go on another quick break. We'll be back shortly.